Hello, my crafty friends. It's Crystal with Happy to Plan. Today I'm going to be doing day 2 of my 5 days of junk journaling. And if you haven't checked out day 1, I did some alterations on some library pockets. So I'll make a link in the top right corner. It should show up now. And you can go ahead and check that video out if you would like. Today I decided that I wanted to do some alterations for bingo cards and for guest checks. Now I did some pre-work before I turned the camera on to get some little design elements put together for each of the different books. So I'm doing 5 different books in this little video. And basically I am a team member of Cheaply Chic's design team. So she sends me her collections every month, and I'm behind on a couple and want to catch up. And so what I basically decided that I'm going to do is I'm going to just basically make the same thing for all 5 of the books, and that way I can have all of those elements in each of the books. But of course they're all going to look really super different because they're all based on the theme of whatever the book is. So this one is going to be for the Grace collection. That one is kind of like a fairy tale fairy theme. And what I basically did, that little card there the little fairy picture on it came from a little die cut set that I had purchased at Tuesday morning. And I wanted to use that to decorate this little bingo card. And now I cut that little journaling card that said keep it simple because it matched, basically is the only reason I even used that. And what I did was I cut it on a diagonal, and that is something that Cheaply Chic does often in her covers and stuff. She kind of cuts her stuff kind of diagonally or different shapes, and I just think it looks so cute in the journal, so I kind of took my cue from her and did that. The little crocheted piece that's sitting there is also something that was on that I bought from Cheaply Chic. She sometimes does like little extra goodies with her collections. And the last fairy theme that she did, which I can't remember the name of it, but the last one that she did, she had some of these little pieces that she had dyed, and then she sold them in like little packs. So I have quite a few of those left. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to use it. So I decided to grab that, and basically what I did was I put the little keep it simple on a piece of like tea dyed muslin, and then I'm just going to go ahead and kind of position that little flower there. And my original thought was I was going to make this kind of like a little tuck spot to put that journaling card in, but I glued it a little too far up on the bingo card. I wanted the bingo part of the card to show, and if I had pushed it down any further, then it wouldn't have worked, basically. So I just went ahead and just glued the journaling card directly to the bingo card. And then I made it a little side pocket. At least I thought I made it a side pocket. You'll see when I do the flip through that it didn't quite work. Maybe I put the glue on the wrong side, but it's fine. It's like a little decorative piece there now. I do have this little label that I included on there. So I did, and then just a little birdie sticker that you can't see because it's not in shot, but there it is. Oh, no, just kidding. There it is. All right, so that is the Grace collection. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my Get Cozy. Now, the bingo cards are all for my stash. This is not something that was included. I don't think it was included in any of the collections. These were all cards for my stash. And I used the same card except for that one. I wanted to specifically use the blue one because it went with the Get Cozy. It had like that blue element. And then I just went all out with the whole game theme. And I took out bingo card and that's not bingo. Yeah, it's a bingo card with the Monopoly card, and I used the blue, and then I had that little domino die cut, and then a couple of little um, pieces of the cash from the Monopoly game. And so I got it all kind of on there, and then I wanted to make sure that I had it kind of exactly the way I wanted it. So I kind of held it in my hand and then glued it in place. So kind of just glued everything in place. And the main reason I did that too is because, again, I wanted to make this a pocket so that I could pull out that little journaling card that said game notes. I did make it a side pocket, but I don't necessarily know if I'm even going to use the side pocket, but I just went ahead and made it a side pocket. And then I put these little things down far enough on the page that I could use it as a tuck spot. So I'm just going to kind of glue the bottom there. And then when I do that, I'm going to put it kind of at the bottom of the page so that I can tuck that little journaling card that says game notes in the back, and everything will still show. The bingo part will still show. I'm sorry I'm a little off camera there, but you get the basic idea. And I didn't put the journaling card in there. I'm going to wait till it dries a little bit before I stick it in there. All right, so let's go on to the So Crafty. Okay, so I found this journal card in my stash, and I just thought that it kind of went with that theme of what we were going for uh, in this journal. And I pulled out the yellow bingo card. That's not a bingo card. That's a Monopoly card. And I just have a bunch of these, and I'm like, I really just want to use them. And I thought, what better place to use them than on a bingo card? And then I had this little plastic thing, and I decided to go ahead and kind of add some more yellow to it just to, because I felt like I needed some more yellow. So, and I had this piece and I've had it forever, and I'm like, I'm just really in this like place of like using the things that I've had. I don't know if anyone else has ever gone that way, but it's like I just want to use stuff. Like I'm like such a hoarder, and I just don't, and I just love buying new stuff, but it's like I can't keep buying new stuff if I don't use the stuff I already have. So I was just really determined to use a lot of my own stash in these journal videos. Okay, so part of the journal, what that little journal card was that little line area, and I wanted to have that on there just so I could maybe put like whatever I wanted to on there, like a scripture verse or maybe a little phrase or something later on when I'm not that I know what this journal is going to be about, but um, yeah, so I just added there so I could add a little journaling to that spot right there. And then I am also going to make this one a little pocket. So I've got my journal out, and for most of them I tried to put it in the same spot because I felt like that would be really an easy way to do it for this 5-day challenge, is if I put them all in the same spot. But I really liked how her dress kind of looked like the dress in this picture that was in the book already, so that's why I decided to put it there. Okay, so this one is probably my least favorite. I have this journal card that has like the dictionary of plant. On the thing it says something about a plant, and then I had these little die cuts that were from a DCWV paper pack. So I decided to go ahead and use both of those elements, and this is the tissue paper that came with the journal. She usually wraps the journals in tissue paper, so I typically keep it just so I could use it for things like this. So I just kind of tore all the edges, and then I'm just going to use that kind of as a little backing to that little piece. And then I have the doily there, also is from my stash. So I just kind of did some layering, and that's basically what it's going to look like. Again, probably not my favorite. Looking at it in the edit as editing, I actually don't really like it. But it's all right. It's on the page and it'll grow on me, I'm sure. Or I can do something maybe to alter it and um, probably add more stickers or something. It'd probably look cute. So I put the doily down and then I'm just going to go ahead and glue on those other elements. I did, as you can see, I inked up the edges. And then I'm just using my glue stick to put down the doily and the little tissue paper. And then I grabbed my Fabri-Tac to put down the little journaling card there and then the die cut. All right, so then I'm also going to make this one a little side pocket. So I'm just going to get out my journal book and um, I really liked that. I wanted to try to play off that green color or that kind of tealy color. So I really liked it on this page because I felt like the cactus really matched the page that, the background page. So I went ahead and put that there. So after I was done with this, I decided to go ahead and add a sticker across the middle of it just to kind of give it something else. And then the next one is going to be homegrown. And in one of the journaling kits, and I don't know which one, I'm sorry, I kind of mixed them all up, but one of them had this dictionary page in them. Lynette often puts in dictionary pages, and it actually had the word address, which I thought was so appropriate for my book that I wanted to do that I tore that little page out. And then I had these little die cuts that just said who, what, when, and where. Oh, I put them in the wrong order. What? I was supposed to put who, what, when, and where. Who, what, when. Oh, well, whatever. So I went ahead and glued down that little piece of dictionary page, and then I'm just going to stack up these little, they're supposed to be like little flashcards. So I'm just going to stack these up. I can't believe I did it the wrong way. Oh, so what does it say? What, where, who? That doesn't even make any sense. Oh, well. That's so funny that I just now noticed that. Okay, so then I put that little chair there just to add something to the thing. And then I'm also going to put a piece of little ribbon up the side. Again, just a little decorative element. All right, so that one is now going to go in my homegrown. I'm so excited that I'm getting some stuff done in these books. I think it's going to be really fun. I'm really very, very inspired and motivated to do this. So I hope that you guys are going to enjoy these videos. And again, if you haven't seen video number 1, it definitely will be linked at the end. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and work on the guest checks, and we're going to do some alterations of those checks. Like I said previously, I did do some pre-work for these videos just to make them so they weren't really long. So I kind of had like a semi-plan and had pulled some pieces that I thought that I could use to alter these guest checks. So you can see there that I just cut the little square out of the Project Life card that's sitting there. And I did do that because I felt like that green really matched the little piece of vellum that's sitting there, the little with the flowers on it. And so that I'm gonna basically what I'm doing is I'm going to make a little pocket there for the alter tag, the alterations tag to sit in. So I'm gonna go ahead, yeah. So there you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to just figure out what I'm gonna do. Here I am trying to figure it out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get that cut up a little bit more because I felt like it was a little bit too big to fit in the space. So I just kind of trimmed that down. And then when I did that, it cut off the little like faux washi tape that was on the journal card. So I wanted to add that back in. And so I just took a piece of that little journal, the washi tape that I had that kind of looks like old tape. And I stuck that at the top. I'm like hoarding that washi tape because I love it so much and I don't want to use it, but I actually used a piece of it. So you can see it's almost gone. All right, so I took some red line tape just to get the vellum pocket in here down. So just put some pieces around, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the guest check. And I wanted to use vellum because I wanted it to be pretty obvious that it was still a guest check. So I liked the fact that you can still see like the stuff at the bottom. Okay, so there I'm trying to think, what can I do with my yeah, okay. So I pulled out some eyelash trim. I'm pretty sure that this came from the Abide collection kit. Now, you'll see that I actually pull out the Abide journal and I put this in the Abide journal, but that is not ultimately what journal it was supposed to go in. It was actually supposed to go in the Grace journal. And so so just ignore the fact that I'm about to pull out the Abide journal because that's not where it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and what I was thinking I was wanted to do with these was make them a belly band to slip into a belly band. So I was thinking I was going to use that little piece of Project Life card, but it wasn't quite thick enough to work. So I'm just going to try a couple different options here. I was thinking about maybe using that, but then I decided not to. And then I was thinking about using this lace, but I ultimately thought that that would be too thin and wouldn't really hold the weight of the card, the guest check in there. So I didn't do that. And then I pulled that and I thought, well, maybe I could put this on top of that to make it a little bit longer, but I didn't like that. And then I had another piece of kind of like a vintage lace that you weed the ribbon through. So I had a little piece of brown ribbon that I'm going to go ahead and weed through that little lace piece there. And then, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which way to weed it through so that I didn't cover up the little flower design. So I'm just going to go ahead and weed that through, and then I'm going to attach that to the page as a little belly band. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that off and then get my Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to just glue some glue on the sides there just to glue that to the paper. And then I slipped that out because I have before the, that the Fabri-Tac kind of seeps in a little bit, so I wanted to make sure that it didn't accidentally glue the tag in there. So you can see I'm slipping that in. Again, not ultimately where it's going to go, but you'll see I'll fix it in a second. Okay, so I was thinking I was going to put these in the very front, like the second or like the second page. So that's kind of where I put most of them. I think I changed it for one or two, but again, I'm kind of trying to do the same thing for all of them so that I'm not like recreating the wheel and overthinking it. So I had this little piece of plastic and it has like swirlies and snowflakes on it. So I thought it would look really good with the cozy collection. So I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this little thing that says the taste of winter, which I thought was really cute because it's a guest check. Get it? Taste of winter, and there's a little cocoa on it. I thought it was clever. So that is going to go right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put that little cocoa sticker down there on the side. And then just to kind of bring the red in from the sticker, I'm going to put, I used a little, that piece that's there that with the lace and the little red rickrack. I actually had that in my stash from another project that I had worked on that I ultimately didn't end up using. So it was kind of nice because I was like, oh, this is perfect. I could just use this. And I like that it kind of has like the red from the guest check, the top of the guest check, and then the sticker that I added. So it kind of all goes together. And I like that I put it on a white piece of paper so that like that piece of paper has kind of a blue tinge to it because, but it's mostly basically white. So it was nice because I was able to cover up some white space in the journal with a little decoration. All right, so now I'm going to put, oh yeah, I was thinking I should put a piece of paper behind that little sticker piece that was sticking out. So I just cut a little piece of paper and stuck that back there so that it wouldn't stick to the paper when I was trying to pull it in and out of the belly band. All right, so then I'm gonna try to get that in there. It doesn't quite work, so I do have to trim it a little bit because the coffee mug handle was sticking off the guest check. It made it a little tight. So now it works. And then I'm going to go ahead and just adhere that little swirly thing on there. And I just use my Fabri-Tac and it seems to be working fine. And you can't really see the glue through it, so that made me happy. I was afraid that you were gonna be able to see the glue through it, but you don't see it. All right, so now we're gonna work on the So Crafty. And this one's going to be really similar to the one that I'm going to use in my Grace journal. I just took a piece of vellum, and this one has like a, what is that called? Kind of like rainbow effect. Iridescent, that's it. Iridescent kind of effect to it. So I'm just going to make a little pocket out of that piece, and I just ripped it just to give it some initial character. And then I'm going to put that little tag thing there. It says something about shopping all day and never still having nothing to wear. So I'm going to put that in the little pocket. So again, it's basically the same exact design that I used for the Grace journal, but just with different elements that matched the collection. And once I got the red line tape on there, I just went ahead and adhered that to the bottom of the pocket, or the bottom of the guest check, I should say. And then I was just trying to figure out if I wanted something on the top of that little vellum piece, but I ultimately decided that I didn't. So I did want to make this little tag, so I went ahead and punched a hole at the top. And then I have this little pink fuzzy fiber from one of the collections. I think it was actually from the So Crafty collection. I'm pretty sure it was from that one. But like I said, you get so much stuff with these collections that, and I've mixed it all up, so it's really hard for me to tell which one is which. Okay, so again, I felt like it needed just a little something on that little vellum pocket. So I had these shipboard stickers that I had used for a recent Plan With Me video. So, and they had like little buttons on there. So I just went ahead and put those on there, and I thought that was perfect little added touch, and added just that little something that I needed. All right, so like I said, I was trying to put all of them at the beginning, but since I put the bingo card at the beginning, I decided to put this one where the other bingo cards were. All right, so, okay, so I'm going to go put that there. And I was thinking I wanted to, like I said, make it a belly band like the rest of them, but I couldn't really find anything that was going to work for it. You'll see here I tried a couple of different options. I have this like pink ribbon that's really super pretty, but then I was like, no, I just don't feel like it's the right. It kind of covered up everything. And then I thought the little pink one, the thinner one would be nice, but that didn't work either. Um, I just kind of wanted the tag to stand out a little bit more. So I ultimately just decided to go ahead and glue it directly to the page. I think I didn't make it a pocket, so it's a big pocket if I do want to stick something behind there, but um, I could just not put something if I didn't want to. But there, yeah, so that's what that one looks like. Now, here is the one that I actually used for the Abide journal. Again, that one is kind of succulent theme. I don't know why I say kind of. It is succulent theme. I always do that. I hate it when I say basically, actually, and kind of, or like. I'm really going to try to stop saying those phrases when I'm doing voiceovers. But it's hard because it's the transition word. So, all right. Now I put basically, see, there I go again, basically. So I put the little tag there, and that came from just a tag I had, and I just cut out the little section that I wanted. And I was thinking I was going to use the whole thing, but I didn't do that. So I just cut it in half, and then since that little piece of like fiber was just sitting there, I went ahead and stuck it behind it just to give it some dimension. And I'm trying to stick that little piece in there. There you go. And then all I did was just stick a sticker on top of it. I stuck a sticker, there we go. Grabbed that one that said grow, and I just stuck that there. And then I'm also going to stick another sticker on the top once I stop messing with that. All right, you can do it. There you go, Crystal. Okay, so I had the one that looked like it was hanging, so I just kind of put it at the top, and then looks like it's hanging. And so that one, then this is where I realized that I put it in the wrong journal. So I grabbed the Abide journal back out, and then I realized, oh, I was supposed to put this one in there and then the other one in the Grace journal. So that one is going to go in there, and it looks fine. And then this one is going to go in here. And so I was like, oh, look, a white page. So I went ahead and just covered up the white page. And again, adhered it down, made it look like a pocket. All right, and then this one's going to be super fast. It's the homegrown. Basically, I just put, there it goes with the basically word again. I just put a mason jar down, sticker down that was clear, and then I had this little like ephemera piece with some tickets, and it says "Bless This Home" that I had stapled together. And now I'm just going to put that in the front there. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do? My nails are like, what am I going to do? I don't know. What am I doing? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I was thinking maybe I could make it a pocket with that little doily. I honestly don't even remember what I did. So as I'm watching this video, I'm going to learn what I did. What did I do? I can't remember. Oh yeah, that's right. I used that little piece of lace. That piece of lace actually came from one of the bingo cards that I did. So I just went ahead and I had one little piece left, so I decided to go ahead and use that. And then I didn't like the raw edge at the top, so I decided to use that little piece of ribbon that I had. And I didn't want to glue the glue directly to it because I thought it would seep through to the other side and then it would no longer be a belly band. So I just put a little card there just to help make sure that it didn't glue to the journal itself. All right, so I'm going to let that dry for a second, but then I am going to trim it and then put that little tag in there. A little bit of a tight fit, but it works. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just show you the different things that we did today. This one was for the Grace Journal, so the bingo card that I thought I made a side pocket, but I guess I didn't. And there is the actual guest check that was supposed to go in there. And then this one is the homegrown and my little bingo card pocket and my guest check, little belly band. And then this one is the Abide one. I have my bingo card there and my little guest check. And then there is my bingo card for Get Cozy and my little guest check. I think I like that one the best. I think that one's my favorite. And then the bingo card for Get So Crafty, and then the guest check. So those are the ones that I did today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I will be loading 5 videos this week. So I loaded one yesterday and today, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will also be a journal card or journaling type video as well. So I hope that you guys join me for all those videos and have a great week. See you next time. Bye.